I think one of the more meaningful changes that I saw in myself as I was progressing through the Sinclair method and drinking less alcohol was really how I started to interact with others, and especially when I was drinking in social settings. And let me explain what I mean. So, before the Sinclair method, I would really associate with people that I knew were heavy drinkers, so I could drink like how I wanted to. And what I started to recognize was how much I was preoccupied with drinking at social functions. And just as some examples, if I'd be out at a restaurant or a bar with people and we all ordered drinks, I would be like looking around everyone's drink to see like, okay, are they done? Is it ready to order? Are we ready to order more drinks? Where's the waiter? Like, my wine is gone. Or they would pour me a glass of wine and I'd be like, that's a small pour. Like, I should have gotten a cocktail. Or I'd be at a party. Maybe I would bring, a wine or alcohol there. And if someone was tapping into my wine or alcohol, I'd be like, oh no, they're drinking my alcohol, or is there enough alcohol here? Or I'd be talking to someone and I would be like, okay, they're drinking really slowly. Can they drink more quickly? I'm ready to refill my drink. Just some examples of like how much my mind was like obsessed with alcohol, and particularly in social settings, but all of the time. And one of the biggest changes I noticed after I'd been on the Sinclair method for a few months was that chatter and that obsession and that preoccupation just started to quiet down, to where, again, I'd be at a restaurant, we'd be enjoying drinks or splitting a bottle of wine between us, and I wouldn't be thinking about like, where's the waiter or how quickly are they drinking. I would literally just be engaged in the conversation, and alcohol would be like in the back of my mind. I wasn't thinking about really like my next drink, or like, I'd be like, I only have drank half my glass, or it just wasn't a thought on my radar anymore. I was more focused on, engaged in the conversation and what was going on around me. And the same thing is true at parties. And like one example that always sticks in my mind is I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and their parties, there would always be alcohol there. And I remember I would just be like so focused on drinking that like they'd be opening their gifts and like I wouldn't really care. I wouldn't really be paying attention. And after I got on the Sinclair method, I remember just like prioritizing them opening their gift, like wanting to be a part of this moment of them opening their birthday gifts and really being present at their party. And also just, being at other social functions and being able to like talk to people and really listen to the conversation, as opposed to being like, is there enough alcohol here, or they're drinking my alcohol. And that was one of the biggest, there were so many changes in me and in my drinking with the Sinclair method, but that was the one of them that just like really sticks out to me and made me realize like, man, I'm kind of like a crappy friend, because I would socialize with people, but I would be so obsessed with just like my alcohol consumption and whether or not there was enough alcohol. And with the Sinclair method, that all just started to like quiet down, and I would pay more attention to what was going on in front of me, and I didn't really care whether or not there was alcohol there, whether or not my drink was refilled or not. And there's so much freedom in that, to not feel like my brain has been hijacked by the addiction and that's like front and center, but really to enjoy the people around me and the things that are going on, and really being able to create these memories in life. So I just wanted to share that as one of the many gifts of this treatment, but something that definitely stands out for me.